New vid. New vid. Okay. It's all part of the process, Julius. Okay? It's all part of the process. Here's the process. Ready? So, although I'm getting confused, I found something out here. And that is, when I meditate, when I exercise, when I go out into nature, when I meditate, I get a sense of clarity and the confusion disappears. It's just, here's the thing, it's like when I'm not in the states of the meditative states, I forget all about it. It's a funny thing. It's like, have you ever seen the show Moon Knight? When Oscar Isaac is not Moon Knight, he just knows that person. He doesn't know about Moon Knight, but when he's Moon Knight, he's somebody completely different. It's essentially the same thing. It's like when you're in the meditative states, that's a completely different person, a completely transformed person. You're essentially not necessarily enlightened, but you're a heightened state of awareness. When you go back down and you get out of those meditative states, there's a train coming. When you go back down and you get out of the meditative states and you become back to being identified with your not limited, but like back to being identified with whatever thought fluctuations are going on, then you're a different person. So the person I am now is a person who's jumbled up with thoughts. But I noticed that even because I'm still doing a 7-minute meditation at the end of the yoga session. I'm still getting my pranayama in. I'm just not doing my 18 and my 7. I'm not doing my 25 minutes daily of meditation. I'm doing 7. But I noticed that even with that 7, I feel a sense of like a new person that I am. So when I'm not in the states, the high-end states, it's a completely different reality, completely different perception of reality. But when I get into the heightened states, I see life better, more vast, no longer limited, right? But when you get out of them, you see life lesser, confused, you know? And I don't know what happens. I'm guessing that when you meditate and you go harder, you get like karmic fluctuations from, I guess, the past life. I have no idea. But regardless, you get these karmic fluctuations of energy blocks that come in that I'm guessing you need to resolve and you need to work out. So you need to meditate more. You need to go back deeper into your spiritual practice. But one thing I figured out is that there's two, that depending on your vibration, depending on your awareness, it's a whole different perception. You're a whole different person. Like the person I am now is a completely different person than the person who I am when I finish meditating. When I finish meditating and I'm at the highest peak of who I am after the meditative states, that's a completely different person. It's not the same, bro. It's not the same. If you take me now and you clone myself, you take one who didn't do his meditative practices and you take the one who did. If I look at myself and I compare myself, or how about this? There's 3 of me. There's a me who didn't do his meditative practices. Who knows he didn't do his meditative practices? He's the witness. Then there's one who did his meditative practices, got to the peak state, got to a nice heightened state. Then there's one who forgot all about his meditative practices. He's not even aware of it. And the guy who knows he didn't do it and he pays attention to those two, he will notice a clear difference in the one who did his meditative practices, the way he is, versus the one who didn't. You just know it because it's 2 completely different people. So all I know is that if I want to get in touch with the universe, if I want to get in touch with what I truly want to know and what I truly want to be, I have to get into the meditative states. And that's when all the answers come, and that's when the magic happens. That's it, bro. It's very simple. When you're not in it, you're confused and you're lost. When you're in a meditative state, there's no questions. You are there. You know what I'm saying? And there's levels to the state that you can achieve. Energetically, there's more possibilities when you're in the meditative states. Believe in it. Believe in the process. Especially when you get there, you understand. You're like, oh, okay. This is why I decided to meditate every day. This is why I need to do this every day. When you're out of it, you start slipping back. You're like, man, you don't really want to meditate. You don't really want to do your meditative sessions. You know, you're like, I forgot why I even did it in the first place. You get into the state, you're like, oh, so I can enjoy life. I can enjoy life and do anything. I don't have to have a specific bias on anything. That's essentially what it teaches you. It's like, oh, life is pure in all its forms. I don't have to have a specific bias on anything. Anyways, that's what I want to say. So yeah,